of all, we're not gonna make this about Christian.
Well, it kind of is. This actually came to me. Carl's cousin went and invested money and has been trying to get her money back. Tell your man to send her $1,500 back.
All right, everyone, let's get into it because there is a lot going on between Evelyn Lozada and Jennifer Williams, and it's getting serious. This isn't just gossip or petty back and forth. It's deep-rooted and decades in the making. It all started with Evelyn going live on Instagram, saying she's tired of constantly having to defend herself. She looked frustrated and said she's had enough of being painted as the bad guy. Meanwhile, Jennifer isn't staying quiet either. In fact, she seems more confident than ever to speak up. She came prepared, not just with her words, but with actual screenshots, messages, and texts that she says prove Evelyn hasn't been completely honest. Jennifer is accusing Evelyn of lying about her past relationships and pretending to be a victim when, according to Jen, she was actually stirring the pot behind the scenes.
I am a married woman. I'm chewing on about 30 carats. Chomp, chomp.
There were stories coming out about Christian being a scammer, but she got married to this fool. She's dumb as Oh my.
Let's rewind a bit, because to understand why this hit so hard, you need to know just how close these two were. Evelyn and Jennifer weren't just TV friends or castmates putting on a show for the cameras. In the early seasons of Basketball Wives, they were real friends, best friends even. They supported each other through heartbreak, career struggles, personal losses, and all the drama that comes with being in the public eye. Jennifer was there when Evelyn went through her highly publicized marriage and breakup with Chad Ochocinco Johnson. She stood by her side when Evelyn dealt with the domestic violence incident and the media frenzy that followed. Likewise, Evelyn was present for Jennifer during her tough divorce from Eric Williams.
Tuesday, who was I talking to? Talking about my kid.
Okay.
You don't got kids.
Talking about
you
my
kids.
and
You don't know about
their mother.
They leaned on each other during those hard times, shared laughs, cried together, and formed what looked like an unbreakable bond. But as we've all seen, things started changing. Jennifer began voicing concerns about the kind of men Evelyn was choosing to date. From her point of view, Evelyn kept getting involved in one toxic relationship after another. And as any real friend would, Jennifer tried to speak up. But Evelyn didn't take it as concern, she saw it as judgment. She felt like Jennifer was being critical, maybe even fake. That's when the trust started to break. At one point, Evelyn even accused Jennifer of being dishonest and two-faced. Jennifer, not one to back down, stood by her comments and made it clear she thought Evelyn's choices weren't just hurting her, they were affecting everyone around her. And as often happens in friendships, especially under public scrutiny, it all blew up.
I have been hearing her on the phone, listening to her conversations, and one thing that she said about you is that she's sick of hearing your voice.
Her voice?
Yes. And she also said no one's interested in you and Christian getting married. Oh, she sent your nudes, and with your vagina and your breasts out.
What the?
She absolutely hates Evelyn and Shawnee. Literally said the word hate out of her mouth.
Let's not forget that unforgettable moment, the one where Evelyn tried to leap over a table to physically confront Jennifer. That wasn't just TV drama. It showed how deeply their friendship had fallen apart. And while they tried to patch things up later, smiling for the cameras, attending events, acting like everything was okay, the tension never really went away. Every time it looked like they were rebuilding, something else came up. Old tweets would resurface. Shady interviews would drop. Sneaky little comments and confessions kept making things worse. Whatever trust they once had was long gone. Now fast forward to the present, and Jennifer is airing everything out. She's not being vague or subtle. Either she's giving names, dates, and even pulling out receipts in the form of text messages and DMs.
Yeah, so get the off me.
I know what it's like to see red and go for the juggler, but this is way too much.
You were like my daughter, don't hurt me.
According to Jennifer, Evelyn has spent years pretending to be the hurt one, the victim, while privately dragging her exes, trash-talking people, and manipulating her image. Jennifer brought up the whole Chad Johnson situation. Most people remember that relationship because of how it ended a domestic violence incident that led to a divorce shortly after they got married. Evelyn has publicly shared her pain from that time for years. But Jennifer says there's more to the story. She's not denying that the incident happened, but she suggests that Evelyn knew what kind of man she was marrying and chose to stay anyway, not for love, but for attention and control over the narrative. Then there's Carl Crawford. Remember him? Evelyn and Carl were engaged, had a child together, and then quietly broke up. According to Evelyn, it just didn't work out. But Jennifer claims that Evelyn ended it way before it became public.
Listen, stop talking about Christian.
No, I'm not
storyline. Get
Tell
another
your stop stealing money.
Get
Tell your
another
stop stealing
storyline.
money. Stop being a thief.
storyline.
You want to keep co-signing this bull?
Even more, she says Evelyn already had other men in the background. Jennifer claims Evelyn always had someone new waiting in the wings, which is why she never seemed to take time to heal. She didn't need to, she had a plan. And it wasn't about moving on emotionally, it was about maintaining power and image. When Jennifer said people probably wouldn't believe her, she brought out the big guns, the messages. She shared private conversations that supposedly show Evelyn bad-mouthing Carl, calling him controlling, complaining about money, and saying she felt trapped. Yet, on social media, Evelyn was posting happy family photos and acting like everything was perfect. When Evelyn saw those messages being shared, she didn't stay quiet either. She went live again, clearly upset, saying that Jennifer was trying to ruin her name and reopen old wounds.
Leave it alone. Stop with this. You're coming from a good place and you're trying to be a good friend.
You mean Evelyn?
Yes.
Jennifer was upset. You know, she was saying that there's a cousin of Carl that sent you $1,500. So I pulled up the actual text conversation.
Oh, wow.
She gets started in July of last year.
Evelyn cried on camera, something fans have seen her do before. But this time, people weren't so quick to believe it. Some viewers started questioning her sincerity. Was she really hurting, or was she trying to do damage control because Jennifer came with actual proof? That's when the internet really split. People started asking, is Evelyn genuinely the one being wronged, or is she simply good at playing the victim? But wait, things got even messier. While Jennifer was busy calling out Evelyn, fans started looking into Jennifer's own relationship. Her new husband, Christian Gold, suddenly became the subject of internet sleuthing. Rumors began flying about his past, including alleged shady business dealings and financial scandals. Some even mentioned fraud. And people started wondering, maybe Evelyn's earlier warnings were not just shade. Maybe that Instagram post Evelyn made was her way of trying to say, I know something you don't. Still, Jennifer stood by her man. She posted online, saying people need to stop ruining her happiness and that she's not interested in the drama. According to her, Christian treats her well, and that's all that matters. At this point, it's not just a feud between two women, it's turning into a cast-wide mess. Other Basketball Wives cast members have started chiming in, and they're not being subtle. Malaysia Pargo, for example, posted a message on Instagram about fake friends and people who smile in your face but mock you behind your back. She didn't mention names, but the timing was too perfect for fans to ignore. Given Malaysia's history with Evelyn and her past issues with Jennifer, people were quick to assume the post was aimed at Jen. Then there's Jackie Christie. You know she loves being in the middle of chaos. Recently, she's been seen hanging out with Evelyn. Jackie's the type who will light the fire, pull up a seat, and enjoy the blaze. So if Jackie's siding with Evelyn, you know things are far from cooling down. Even Shawnee O'Neal, who usually keeps her distance from drama, shared her opinion. She posted something about how real friends are honest with each other, even when it's uncomfortable. Fans took that as a nod to Jennifer, possibly a compliment for finally speaking her truth. And let's not forget Tammy Roman. On her podcast, she basically said that both Evelyn and Jennifer are too grown to still be involved in all this chaos. But viewers, always ready to dig deeper, believe Tammy was really calling out Evelyn more than Jennifer. So now, it's not just Evelyn versus Jennifer, it's turning into Team Evelyn versus Team Jennifer. And with the reunion episode just around the corner, things are building fast. Word is, Evelyn has already told people she's done with Jennifer for good. But Jennifer? She's hinting that she hasn't even dropped all the receipts yet. That could mean more texts, voice notes, or who knows what. Some fans are even saying Evelyn might quit the show altogether if things get too personal. Producers have hinted that someone might walk off set during filming. But honestly, we've heard that before, and somehow they always come back. Because at the end of the day, this kind of drama doesn't just disappear. One Instagram comment, one text leak, and it all starts up again. The question now isn't just about who's right or wrong. It's about who still has something to reveal. So now, we leave it to you. Is Jennifer finally speaking her truth after years of silence? Or is she just trying to get attention? And what about Evelyn? Is she truly hurt? Or is she a master at turning the narrative in her favor? There's no denying, both of them have skeletons in the closet, and neither one is walking away clean. One thing's for sure, the truth always finds a way out. Let us know in the comments, who's being real and who's putting on a show? Because if this is what's happening before the reunion, we can only imagine what's coming next. Stay tuned.